What is up? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back and welcome in. I am here with the series preview as the Mariners are going to head back out onto the road and go into the high altitude of the Rocky Mountains and play a 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies starting tomorrow night. So I am going to break it all down for you guys. Before I do me a favor, hit the like button. It helps tremendously. If you're new here, hit subscribe. I have passed 3,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. Now we're on the road to 4,000 subs. So if you're new or if you're someone that just watches, about 30% of my watch hours on videos are from people unsubscribed. Don't be afraid to hit that sub button. It does help me out tremendously if you enjoy the content. And also, if you're a Mariners fan in Colorado or a Rockies fan, or going to the games this weekend, download the SeatGeek app or go to their website. Use promo code JSTrident for $20 off your next purchase. And it doesn't just have to be baseball. It's all sports, concerts, events available on SeatGeek. So don't be afraid to use that promo code. The Rockies are really bad. Truthfully, they're worse than I thought, having dug into them a little bit. I mean, I know they're 4-15, but they honestly might be that bad. Like, normally, say team 4-15, you assume they're probably a little unlucky. They've been legitimately bad. This is not meant to be insulting. If you're a Rockies fan, watch this. Not meaning this insulting at all. Trust me, I'm a Mariners fan. Most people watching this are Mariners fans. We can identify bad baseball. We have watched plenty of it. So I'm not making an attack on anybody here or anything like that. This is not a trash talking. I'm just breaking it down. And I don't know if too many Rockies fans would disagree with me, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, this is not a good baseball team. This is a series the Mariners should win. We've talked about other series in the past, the Blue Jays, the Reds, and there's been some, very legitimate talent. And the Rockies have some players. We'll talk about it. But some tough pitching matchups, some tough offenses to get through. The Mariners have the clear advantage. Every other series, there's a possibility the Mariners could have lost it or won it. There was toss-ups in there. This is not. Now, with that said, baseball is weird. So, and the Rockies are going to get wins somewhere. They're not going to go 4-158. Even the worst teams are going to find a way to win like 58 games. So they are going to walk away winners probably 55 more times this season. They will get wins. And, should the Mariners win the series? Yes. Am I going to predict a sweep? No, because a sweep is, you're talking about 1,000 winning percentage and a 0. That's just not something that's very likely. It's definitely possible. The Mariners are the better team and have the pitching matchup advantage in all three, but that's just not how baseball works. I'll say it all the time. The A's swept the Braves last year. It can be weird. So should the Mariners on paper win this series? Of course, but baseball is baseball and it does not always play out like that. So we'll see what happens. Let's dive into the pitching matchups. I'll talk about the Rockies offense, and then I'll get out of here and let you guys discuss it in the comments section. Tomorrow night, Friday night, game 1 of the series, Emerson Hancock goes for the Mariners. He will be opposed by Dakota Hudson for the Colorado Rockies. Truthfully, Hudson's probably been the Rockies, at least in the pitchers that are going in this series, probably been the best, but he's pretty meh. Former first-round pick in 2016 of the St. Louis Cardinals, signed with the Rockies this past offseason. Last year, we'll look at 2023 numbers. I'll probably focus more on 2023 numbers for the next few weeks, and then we'll kind of eliminate those and just focus 2024. 2024 is just still such a small sample that we're still going to look at 2023 numbers. In 2023, Hudson made 12 starts for the Cardinals, 81 and a third innings, 4.98 ERA, 6.0 expected ERA, and a 5.06 FIP, 45 strikeouts to 34 walks, which is pretty overall. I mean, in today's day and age, when you see guys like, 120 strikeouts to 33 walks, that's pretty close to a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratios you're going to see outside of guys that have made just a handful of starts. Probably why the expected ERA was in the 6s. I will say off to a decent start this year for the Rockies. In 3 starts, he's pitched 17 innings, 11 strikeouts, 6 walks, 4.15 ERA, 4.22 expected ERA, and a 3.72 FIP. Fastball, slider, curveball change. Throws a fastball about half the time, slider 32% of the time. He's 0-3, but probably deserves to have a win in there. Yet, no, I do not use wins and losses to evaluate a pitcher, but I know pitchers like to get them. So he's pitched better than the record so far. He's been all right, but just again, kind of your generic back end starter at best. last year, probably even worse than that. He's, 3.72 FIP is pretty solid. If he's keeping, the ball in the ballpark, then that's going to help you there. But pretty generic back end guy. Honestly, I don't. Funny enough, I do these previews and I get all the opponents' numbers, but I actually haven't looked too much into where the Mariners are in terms of like Emerson Hancock's FIP and stuff, just because I like to give it a month before I really dive into things. But if I'm going to do the series preview, I got to pull up the opponent stuff. So this may be the one pitching matchup where there's maybe not a huge advantage for the Mariners. I would still venture to say Hancock is better than Hudson, but maybe not the big advantage that you're going to have in game 2 and game 3 of this series. So, again, should the Mariners hit Hudson? Yeah, he's not very good, but certainly a capable back end guy that could, give you 6 innings, 2 earned runs. So we'll see what happens there. Saturday will be Kyle Freeland versus Luis Castillo. And Kyle Freeland's a guy that, I'll be honest, I thought before diving into his numbers was better than he has looked. Excuse me, the numbers bear out a pretty blech pitcher here. I thought he was a little bit better than this. Just my take from, and listen, the Rockies are a team that I just don't watch a lot of. They're in the National League, so I don't fall. They're not direct competition to the Mariners, and they've just not been very good. So when I'm putting on a baseball game in the afternoon that's not Mariners, it was rare that I went to the Rockies. I knew Freeland's been their opening day starter, so I figured he's been all right. He's been okay in the past, but nothing special. In 2023, made 29 starts, pitched 155.2 innings, 5.03 ERA, 5.7 expected ERA, and a 5.3 FIP. 94 strikeouts to 42 walks, and the 2022 numbers were about the same. I thought maybe he was pretty good back then, but it's kind of been a lot of that for Kyle Freeland. And yeah, I mean, the ERA in Colorado can always be inflated, but the FIP and the K to walk ratios aren't great either. So I don't know if he'd be doing, the ERA might be lower in a different park, but the underlying numbers are still pretty blah. 2024, he's been off to a really bad start in 15 innings, 13.21 ERA, 6.67 expected ERA, 6.26 FIP, 9 strikeouts to 8 walks. Listen, nobody is 13.21 ERA bad, so he's going to get better. Sometimes I hate playing guys like that because it's just like, yeah, the Mariners can hit him, but his ERA, like I said, his ERA is not going to be 13 this season. So he's going to settle in eventually. I guess he could go 5 innings, 5 earned runs, and the ERA is going to come down. But like eventually they're going to twirl a quality start. You know what I mean? Sometimes teams like this are frustrating to play because it's like they're going to win eventually. So you get a little bit nervous. Not, again, I don't have any doubts that the Mariners are a better baseball team here, but they will win. The Rockies will get some wins eventually. None of the starters the Mariners are facing this year have gotten a win. Eventually they will win a start at some point. So you just hope that it's not here against the Mariners. But yeah, Freeland, fastball, slider, curveball, change. You can throw the kitchen sink at you. But again, just, again, better than 13 ERA. But I mean, with the underlying numbers, not that much better. So, we'll see how, and I thought Freeland was hurt. He pinch ran in the Phillies series. So I don't know if that's something he's listed as the starter, but maybe he's fine. I don't know. Maybe it was just a little soreness or something, but I thought I saw he got hurt. But it looks like he's expected to start on Saturday. Sunday, the Mariners will face former Cleveland Guardians pitcher Cal Quantrill, who comes over to the Rockies this season. Another guy that's just kind of generic Genericson. Or that was awful. I'm sorry. But again, just a guy like 2023 made 19 starts, 99 2/3 innings, 5.24 ERA, 5.85 expected ERA, 5.63 FIP, 58 strikeouts, 35 walks, and 4 starts this season, 21 innings, 11 strikeouts, 7 walks, 5.57 ERA, 4.49 expected ERA, 5.03 FIP, fastball, slider, curve, change, and a splitter. I mean, these are all kind of guys that, I mean, honestly, I don't even know if I'd say back end guys. Like, these are more AAA depth type numbers. Like, this is what I would expect Dallas Keuchel's numbers to look like if he came up for the Mariners. I mean, I guess at best, these are kind of back end starters. Again, major league pitchers that are capable. I've seen Cal Quantrill pitch good games. I've seen Kyle Freeland pitch good games before, so they're not incapable of it. But, and again, not trying to be negative on these guys. Quantrill's expected ERA hasn't been bad this year. Hudson's actually pitched okay. Um, and Freeland's been okay in the past, but that's about all I can say. At least for the three the Mariners are facing this weekend, guys that the Mariners offense should be able to hit. Let's take a look at the Rockies offense. In 2023, they were dead last in baseball in WRC plus with a 78 WRC plus. So far in 2024, they ranked 26th with an 81 WRC plus. For all the frustrations we've had with the Mariners offense this year, they rank 18th with a 95 WRC plus. So getting closer to league average. They had a real nice series against the Reds and actually played better against the Cubs as an offense as well. So not surprised to see that WRC plus go up. But as frustrated as we've been with this team, they have ran a WRC plus much better than the Rockies have this season. That doesn't mean the Rockies don't have some decent players. Shortstop Ezekiel Tovar has been really solid this year. He's running a 120 WRC plus. Ryan McMahon is a really good player, third baseman. He's got a 148 WRC plus so far this year. Nolan Jones, left fielder, good player, off to a slow start this year, but he can definitely swing the bat. Elias Diaz, who was the All-Star game hero in Seattle last year, a little bit of a slow start too, 90 WRC plus, but he's a good player. Charlie Blackmon's capable, 92 WRC plus this year. And Brenton Doyle, their center fielder's off to a real nice start. He's running a 108 WRC plus so far this year, although I will say in 400 at-bats last year, his OPS was 593, so it may just be a little bit of a fluky start there, or maybe he's developing into a decent player. So there's some guys like Tovar's solid, McMahon's a good player, more than capable of putting him out of the ballpark. So on offense, there's some guys, and listen, they're major league pitchers, so they're capable of shutting you down. But yeah, that's not a good baseball team. Truthfully, I think you could make a very strong case. They're the White Sox probably have them beat. But I wouldn't throw much argument at you if you said the Rockies were the worst team in baseball. I would not put up much of a fight with you. It is a series the Mariners should win. Are they going to? I don't know. Baseball is weird. That's why I don't make predictions in these series. Of course, the Mariners should win this series. They're maybe Friday's a game that you could kind of throw as a toss-up. The other two, they should win. Not always how baseball works, though, guys. So I cannot really make too much predictions on it just because, again, the A's swept the Braves last year. Baseball is weird. The Mariners should win the series. Hope they do. I'll be here with the post-game recap tomorrow to talk about it. Like I said, remember to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and let's see if the Mariners can go win a series. Here's the thing. Mariners are sitting at 9-10. You got it. Listen, I will say I feel like I'm sounding really negative about this series. I'm not saying like I don't know if they're going to sweep to sound negative. It's just baseball is weird. But this is a team the Mariners should beat. They're 9-10. The Mariners are. If you can win 2 out of 3 here, sweep, you're back 12-10. And I think we would all sign up for 12-10. Even if you can just win the series, you're back to 500. And then it's go time. Then we can lock it in. Got it reset. Got the season reset. Then it's on to Texas. Try to win a series there. Get this back over 500. So good opportunity here for the Mariners against a team that they should be beating. So we'll see what happens. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the Mariners off day today and enjoy the game tomorrow. I'll be back with the post-game recap. Like I said, remember to hit that like button, hit sub, and use that promo code on SeatGeek. Have a great night, everybody, and go Mariners. Peace.